Hello gamers, welcome to another episode of Darkest Dungeon 1 Let's Play boss walkthrough in Bloodmoon difficulty. This time we are going to kill the Swine Prince. A kinda challenging boss actually if you don't know what you're doing. But before that, as always, let's camp first, grab this loot.
Huddled together, furtive and vulnerable.
Let's see, we
Rats in a
want
maze.
Houndswatch for the nighttime ambush. I don't like being ambushed during the night. We want tactics, very important, very solid camp skill for the extra dodge. It's gonna help in the prince for sure. And then we want weapons practice, we want damage on everyone because we want to kill this boss as quickly as possible. Let's rest.
In radiance, may we find victory.
Grab this chest. Doesn't look like we have any more use for the keys. Now he could be there, he could be down there, I don't know. Let's go right first. 350 gold. Let's get rid of the herbs now. Hopefully I won't find the damage buff. We have a battle. Okay, let's clear those clowns quickly. Now the Swine Prince, a very interesting boss.
The tide
The first time I fought it, I failed miserably. It was painful. It's because I didn't know what I was doing, of course. The fight consists of two swine,
quakes.
a small one and a very large one. You want to avoid hitting the small one at any cost, even though it has the lowest hit
Their
points.
cursed champion falls.
The big one actually protects it, and
Seize
if
this
you do any
momentum.
sort of damage
Push
to
on
the
to the
small
task's
pig,
end.
the big one will enrage and will hit your whole group for massive damage. So you want to kill the big pig first and then the small. I want this portrait. I guess we don't need the food. Let's see if the boss is here. As far as the comp is concerned, you want... there are two ways of doing this fight. The first way that I'm gonna show you here is by having a tank. We have a man at arms here who will guard our allies and will reduce the incoming damage by a lot. So if you go for the tank strategy, you have the man at arms as a mandatory character, the Vestal obviously, and then you want two damage dealers. The Houndmaster works wonders with his dog treats, and the random damage dealer for the first position. I chose the Hellion because that was the best character I could bring at that moment. But you can bring a bounty hunter, you can bring, I don't know, whatever else you decide to go with your roster, like an abomination works well, I think. What else? Crusader you can bring, Leper for sure. Yeah, that's about it with the first strategy. With the second strategy, the second comb, I won't explain it here. I will explain it when we go to veteran missions because during that time I will definitely have the necessary heroes in my roster. Right now I don't have them, so we won't go for the second comb. Now let's see, as far as trinkets are concerned, you want 2 healing trinkets on your Vestal. I have only one because I really have only one. I wasn't lucky enough to get a second trinket up until this point, so I go with the sniper's ring like usual for judgment accuracy. But she's level 2 plus the sacred scroll, her healing will be fine. You want, on the Houndmaster, you want the best damage and trinkets that you have in your arsenal. I gave him the focus ring and I got lucky. I got the crescendo box from a madman. Very solid trinket. Plus 15% damage and speed. For your Shoker, you want him to have defensive trinkets. I have the life crystal and the camouflage cloak right now. And what's important is for the damage dealer that you have on your front row, in the first position or in the second, you want to have absorption trinkets, like tanking trinkets. Even though you're going to use him as a damage dealer, you want tanking trinkets. Because the big swine, the swine prince, will deal massive damage to the first 2 positions, as you will notice as I'm attempting the fight. So I gave her the overture box, which gives her plus 15% hit points and the dodge, and the camouflage cloak. I have a second one, another 15% dodge. So that's pretty nice. Let's see if the Swine Prince is here first. He's not. Too bad. Now I don't have food. Hopefully we won't have a hunger check here. Okay, we didn't. Too bad we don't have herbs for that, to utilize that buff.
Masterfully executed.
Heal up to full for the battle, up ahead.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
I wouldn't mind this cloak actually, even for selling purposes. It's better than this gem. If we had herbs, we would have given the this damage buff to the Houndmaster. He is our top damage dealer here. Okay, we're ready. Let's kill the Swine Prince. There's the big pig. He's really big, as you can see. Now, what happens during the fight is that the small pig will mark someone. When the small pig marks one ally, that's when things are easy, because the man-at-arms can just guard the damage, and you won't feel anything at all when he swings on the man-at-arms. The problem is that this pig sometimes will mark the first two positions. If he marks 2, it's always the first 2 positions. It's not the first and the third, for example, or the first and the fourth. It's always the first 2. And that you cannot guard. I mean, you can guard with the man-at-arms to boost your defenses, but you can't guard the guy in the front. The Swine Prince will hit on both, and obviously he does extra damage to marked targets. That's pretty obvious, right? So that's why you want the tanking trinkets on your first, on the guy on the first position, so that he can soak some damage and the Vestal will be able to heal. Okay, that's about it for the fight really. Then you just attack the Swine Prince constantly until he dies. He has a whooping 160 hit points, as you can see there, which is pretty large health pool for an apprentice boss. But he will go down, don't worry. Okay, the Handmaster acts first, as usual. Dog treats, very good damage buff. Nothing to heal here. Damage. And instead of, sometimes he will do stupid plays, like here. Instead of hitting the marked target, which would cause him to do additional damage to the Hellion, he attacked the Vestal there for minimum damage. Like, that was a stupid play. I don't know why sometimes he does that. Hellion attacks.
Impressive.
Now, another thing that I forgot to mention, do not do the mistake of using a Retribution in this fight. I have Retribution still in my arsenal because I was using it for the whole dungeon, but on this fight you don't want to use it. If you do, when Wilbur here, the small pig, will mark these two positions, the Man-at-Arms will counter-attack the Wilbur and he might kill him actually. Or even if he doesn't kill him, if he just damages him, the Swine Prince is gonna enrage and deal massive damage to everyone. So don't use Retribution, remember that. It's very important. There we go. He marked the first two positions. So nothing we can do about that. We just attack him. And boom, damage to everyone. Not to everyone, well, to the first two. I will prioritize healing the Hellion here instead of the Man-at-Arms, because whenever I want I can guard and boost my protection stat, so which effectively means that he has more hit points, right, if he has protection. But there's nothing to guard here, so damage.
Powerful blow.
And these two again. He might die on this round actually. This time I'm gonna guard because I have low hit points.
A momentary abatement.
Wild Flailing is another stupid play. It just deals minimum damage to someone. It's whenever he does Wild Flailing, you can take a breather. It's not gonna hurt at all. And let's kill him. We got lucky, we got a couple of crits there from the Hellion. And now you finish off Wilbur. Wilbur will squeal when he's alone, it's nothing really nasty.
Success so clearly in view. Or
That's
is
it.
Merely a trick of the light?
Actually, I prefer the blood over the gem. Now, which trinket I was getting? Ah, right, the legendary bracer. Yeah, I forgot which trinket I came here for. The legendary bracer is a very solid damage dealing trinket, 20% damage at the cost of speed and stress. But it's much better than the warrior bracer or the damage stone, for example, because it gives more damage. Very good trinket to have for the early game. In the late game you don't use them. You don't use the legendary bracers, you will have better trinkets by then. Okay, that's it for this boss, people. Hope that you enjoyed it. Good luck on your playthroughs, gamers, and I will see you on the next boss.